Hi, good morning to all. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, HCV doubt, friction, right? How many doubts did we do in HCV? Zero. Hey, this is which batch? This is which batch? Okay, what was the last thing we dealt with in your batch? What was the last thing we dealt with in your batch? Once again, let me unmute your paper. You can speak.
Sir, a few problems on friction only.
Sir, you are on mute.
Sir, HCV 31st sum of friction.
Yes, sir,
So
that
you
was
are
the last thing. Or you only made us do some special questions and you said you would take the doubts later. So in total, 0 doubts have been taken.
Are you on mute?
Sir, you are on mute.
Sir, you are on
you
mute.
are on mute.
On mute. Okay. Now, two small things before we proceed into doubts. One is a theoretical information. For all practical purposes, mu is less than 1. For all practical purposes, mu is less than 1. Right? Theoretically, for a over polished surface, mu is greater than 1. What do we mean by over polished surface? Over polished surface implies excess polishing. What happens then? Generally, the surfaces are in contact this way. So these molecules are not very much in contact with this. There will be little bit of a distance between them. This interlocking is the root cause for friction. Now, when you over polish a surface, these molecules come in close proximity with these molecules. In over polished surfaces, force of cohesion, if they are similar, or force of adhesion, both of them will be. If there are two different materials, we call it adhesive force. Same materials, we call it cohesive force. Now these molecules come very close in over polished surfaces. When they come very close, force of attraction will be more. Force of cohesion or force of adhesion is large in over polished surfaces. Hence, mu will be greater than 1. If you use adhesives like Quick Fix, Araldite, Fevicol, then mu by default will become greater than 1. Adhesives like Quick Fix, gum, Fevicol, all these adhesives will fill into these gaps and they stick together. So when they fill into these gaps, mu will by default become greater than 1. Over polished surfaces. Somebody wants the example of over polished material. I'll block you for good. Right? Don't crack jokes, make it fast.
Sir, can you please re-explain force of cohesion and force of rotation?
Force between two similar molecules is cohesion, dissimilar molecules is adhesion. If these two surfaces, two glass plates, we call it cohesion. Glass plate and another plate, steel plate with water droplets in between will be force of adhesion. Nothing of that sort is required for you when these two molecules come very close to one another. If they are similar materials, cohesion. If they are dissimilar materials, that is adhesion.
So does
If
it
they
imply
come very close, their force of attraction will be larger, hence mu is greater than 1.
So, sir, in the first diagram, they are far away from each other, the molecules.
The interlocking between them, there will be peaks. You see a very over-polished, well-polished surface also, place it inside a scanning electron micrograph. This is what you will see even for this board. So the molecules cannot come, large number of molecules cannot come in close contact with large number of molecules here.
And the second they have come, second diagram, they have come close. Sir, in the second diagram, have they come close?
What do you think?
I was just confirming if it is an.
अरे यार मजाक बंद करो यार, लिखो ना यार.
sir, so does it mean that excess polishing
अब
increases?
एक का बोला दूसरा यार, एक सिंपल सा इंफॉर्मेशन, एक्सेस पॉलिशिंग mu will be greater than 1, nothing more than that. Right, I'll have to write the board. टाइम वेस्ट आप लोगों से ही सीखना है कैसा करना है. Now listen, one small thing here. Till now you have been explaining what a force is applied on the lower block. What if force is applied on the upper block, small m and capital? Actually, life is much simple when you apply force on the upper block. Right? Firstly, let me take a smooth surface. When you are taking a smooth surface, verify if the friction will be this. Force is applied on the upper block. The explanation becomes much easy if the observer is standing here. You are pulling this with a force of F. The observer is standing on this. So, the friction on the upper block is F. The friction on the upper block, don't forget, you don't need the observer on this. Job becomes much simple. If F is greater than mu mg, small m will slide on capital M. Case 1. If the force applied is greater than the limiting value of friction here, if this force applied is greater than the limiting value of friction, then small m will slide on capital M. Simple straight head. Nobody will have a problem there. But then what will be the acceleration of capital M? So you are pulling small m with a force of F. This will be mu mg. This will also be mu mg. This is capital M. So acceleration of this is mu mg upon capital. Now, why did you decide that friction will be mu mg? Here, because small m pay, this force is greater than mu mg. That means small m is sliding on capital. If small m is sliding on capital M, friction will be mu mg and friction will be mu mg. Acceleration of this and acceleration of this, small m and capital M, is calculated this way. How will you calculate acceleration of this F? Minus mu mg upon small. This is acceleration of small m. This is acceleration of capital M. Why did you decide the value of friction this way? Because the force applied is greater than this, small m is sliding on capital. Suppose case 2, if the force applied is lesser than mu mg, force applied and this will be friction, reaction of the friction will be in the forward direction. Force applied is lesser than mu mg. Small m will not slide on capital M. Small m will not slide on capital M. Then what will be the common acceleration? F divided by small m plus capital M, as the lower surface is smooth. As the lower surface is smooth. Small m will not slide on capital M. Why? Because the force applied is lesser than the limiting value of friction. So both will move together. What makes you say capital M will move? Even the slightest force in this direction will make capital M move, as the lower surface is smooth. If the lower surface is smooth, these are the only two conditions. When will you have a third condition? Suppose if the lower surface is not smooth. Take it down till here, we'll go to there.
Sir, is mu equal to 1 practically possible?
Mu equal to?
1.
What did I explain before this?
Less than or greater than 1?
So it can be equal to 1 in between?
Yes, sir. I meant to ask practically as in real life.
Practically also, if you use adhesives, why will not it be coming here? Adhesive use करते हो ना यार. Fevicol, quick fix.
So is there any maximum value of mu?
Pardon?
Is there any maximum value of mu, like beyond which we cannot increase the mu value?
There's nothing like that. If you can stick it
Okay, sir.
permanently, it's infinity.
Okay, sir.
So case 2 में will upper block का friction change direction after capital M slides? Like
Nine,
previously.
no possibility, because see, you are applying force on this. This is accelerating. So friction will try to decelerate this and accelerate this. Decelerate this and accelerate this. There is no possibility of friction changing direction there unless external force ka direction changes.
So do adhesives just increase friction or do they do something else also? Because you can't even pull a block off a table if it's stuck to the table and there's no friction in that.
क्या बोलना चाहते हो यार?
So like if
The topic is not necessary for you people. Leave it. Unnecessarily I referred to it.
Sir, in the
You
second
cannot, don't bite more than what you can digest. That is not necessary. That's only a reasoning question. Can mu be greater than 1? The answer is yes. बस वहाँ पर बंद कर दो.
Okay, sir.
Sir, in the second case, capital F is acting on small m, right?
Come again?
Sir, in the second case, capital F is acting on small m, right?
Right.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, I thought it was just
so but if capital F is less than friction, then small m would not move only, right?
Exactly. Small m will not slide on capital M.
So
But
so if
capital M के नीचे there is no friction. Capital M के नीचे there is no friction. So
yes,
both
sir.
will move together with common acceleration.
So but after capital M moves, I mean, why would small m move together with capital M?
So you mean to say the capital M will slide ahead when I'm applying force on small m? I apply
I meant
force
to
on
ask that another friction would, the friction would act in the forward direction after that, right? Small m to
already
move
act
with
the
capital.
The relative motion between them is still zero, no, if they're moving together. And that's fine.
When they're moving together, relative motion between the two is zero. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir. Done.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, wait.
Friction is there. When is your topic wise test? Next Sunday, right?
Yes, sir.
Next Sunday friction is there.
Sir,
But we need time for practice also.
Yeah, you'll receive the assignment sheet today.
Okay, sir.
sir, the small m block in the first case, sir, it should slide with a max acceleration, na?
E max F minus friction mu mg. Why will it be A max? It is not friction which is making this move. It is external force.
Oh, okay.
Small m's acceleration will depend on external force.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now listen to this condition. You have small m here, capital M here. You are pulling this with a force of F. Here the coefficient of friction is mu1, here the coefficient of friction is mu. So when you draw the free body diagram for this, I will say this is being pulled with a force of F. So the friction here will be F1, right? And the reaction of the friction is F2, F1, and this will be F2. Friction on small m will be F1. Reaction of that will be F1. Right? Friction here will be F2. Can you tell me what will be the limiting value of friction? F2 limiting.
Mu m plus mg.
Mu small m plus capital M into G. What is the limiting value of F1? Mu small mg. Limiting value of F1 is mu small mg. Limiting value of F2 is mu capital M plus small mg. Why capital M plus small mg? Draw the free body diagram for capital M. You will have a normal force here. Iska normal force will act in the downward direction. Hence, small m plus capital M into G. Anybody with a doubt in this? Anybody with a doubt in this? Right.
Sir, I don't have a doubt in the equation. I have a doubt in the free body diagram. So why do we have the second frictional force in the forward direction on capital M?
Reaction of this should be in the forward direction.
Okay, got it, sir.
This is action and reaction. They should be equal and opposite. Now, please understand case 1. Case 1 will be F is greater than mu1 mg. This F is greater than mu1 mg. Right? That means limiting value. That means small m slides on capital M. Small m slides on capital M. Acceleration of small m is F minus mu1 mg upon small m. Acceleration of capital M is mu1 mg minus mu2 into, now 1 second. We decided only small m slides on capital M because F is greater than this, right? Then come to case 2. Once small m slides on capital M, you'll have to decide if capital M is sliding or not. How will you decide capital M sliding or not? Mu1 mg, this limiting value. How do you know that limiting value is acting here? Because small m is sliding on capital M. I know limiting value is acting friction, right? Mu mg should be greater than mu small m plus capital M into G. Then capital M is as well sliding. Then capital M is as well sliding. Now capital M is as well sliding. What will be the acceleration of capital M? The force F1 will be mu m1g minus mu small m plus capital M into G upon capital. Then comes the question, what if this is lesser? Mu one mg is lesser than, this was mu2, right? This was mu2. This is mu1, so that you know the difference, right? What if this limiting value of friction is lesser than this? Mu2 small m plus capital M into G, then capital M is not sliding. Small m is sliding on capital M. Case 1, all three cases, please observe carefully. First thing, the force you applied here is greater than the limiting value. Force you applied here is greater than the limiting value. So small m is sliding on capital M. Small m is sliding on capital M, means this frictional force will be the limiting value. F1 will be mu1 mg. Right? F1 is mu1 mg. Now verify if this is greater than this or lesser than this. If mu m1g is greater than this, capital M is as well sliding. If mu m1g is lesser than this, capital M is not sliding, small m is sliding on capital M. First case, all the three conditions, are they clear to you?
Sir,
Huh?
sir, so in the second case, where that capital M is also sliding, we can tell that F1 is the force which is pulling it and F2 is the friction which is acting.
Right.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Hmm.
can you re-explain the second condition?
This force is how much? When small m is sliding on capital M, what is the limiting value of friction?
Mu1 mg. Mu m1 mg.
So
Yeah,
reaction
mu.
also will be the same. If this
Yeah.
force is greater than the limiting value, capital M will slide. If this force
Yeah.
is lesser than the limiting value, capital M will not slide.
Okay. Understood.
Sir, in the second case, it should be mu1 mg, right? Not mu m1g. Yes, sir. So the last equation, third line.
Okay.
Yes, the first one.
This is mu1 mg.
Yes, sir.
This is mu.
Sir, what will happen when both of them are sliding together? Like M is not sliding on M, a capital M.
आपको लगता है मैं एक केस के बाद ये प्रॉब्लम छोड़ के आगे भाग जाऊंगा?
अच्छा, okay, sorry.
तो आएगा ना यार, शांति रखो, पहले ये तो करो. I repeat the logic. It's quite simple and straightforward. Please have a look. If this force is greater than the limiting value, small m will slide on capital M. If this force is greater than the limiting value, small m will slide on capital M. When it is sliding, what will be the frictional force? Limiting value, mu mg. Reaction of the friction is acting here. If this limiting value is greater than this, capital M also will slide. If this limiting value is lesser than the limiting value here, capital M will not be sliding. Clear to all? Anybody with a problem here, kindly let me know.
No, sir.
Can I rub the board?
Wait, sir. No.
Yes, sir.
Now comes the question. What if this force is lesser than the limiting value? Force is lesser than mu1 m1. Previous case, what did you tell me? This force is greater than the limiting value of friction here. So small m was sliding on capital M. Here I am telling you this force applied is lesser than the limiting value. So small m does not slide on capital M. First, you are sure about it. If small m doesn't slide on capital M, both small m and capital M put together, I will take small m plus capital M. Small m is not sliding on capital M. So now what will be the frictional force? Mu2 small m plus capital M into G. Right? If capital F is greater than mu2 small m plus capital M into G, both blocks move together. Both blocks, both small m and capital M move together with a common acceleration of F minus mu small m plus capital M into G upon small m plus capital. Firstly, this force is lesser than the limiting value here. So small m will not slide on capital M. If small m doesn't slide on capital M, both put together is one block. F will both move together or both will not move together. If F is greater than the limiting value, both will move together. If F is less than mu2 small m plus capital M into G, both are at rest. And what will be the friction acting on small m? Capital F minus friction is mass into A common. This friction minus this friction is capital M into A common. Friction will be any value in this case lesser than mu m1g. Why? Because small m is not sliding on capital M. Force applied is lesser than this limiting friction. So small m doesn't slide on capital M. So how much is the friction acting? Anywhere between 0 to mu1 mg. How will you get that? Equate the friction to mass into acceleration.
So if they both are moving together, the net force on small m is 0, then how is it accelerating?
Yeah.
So if F is less than mu1 mg, then friction will try to equal the force applied on small m. So then how will it accelerate?
Friction will try to equal the force on smaller.
Smaller.
They're going with common acceleration, right? So what is their acceleration? F minus F1 is m into a common. Why will F be equal to F1? That depends on this acceleration.
Oh,
If
okay.
both are at rest, then
Yeah.
this force is equal to the friction. If both are accelerating, it will be with a common.
Oh, okay. Yeah, F1 would be equal only if M was not there.
Right.
Sir, if both are at rest, then both the friction will be equal to F only, na?
Naturally.
So because if F is greater than F1, then F1 is equal to F, right?
Both are at rest. Capital F is equal to F1. F1 is equal to F2.
Sorry?
Capital F, if both are at rest, capital F is equal to F1.
Yes.
1 is equal to F2.
Yes. So both का friction is F only, na? That time.
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ ना यार, क्या चाहते हो यार, एक ही बात 10 बार
I was
बोलना।
confirming just.
हाँ, confirm कर रहे हो यार. This is at rest. You are confirming if this force is equal to this force. This is at rest. So this force will be equal to this force. वो confirm करना पड़ता है आपको. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So why is A common capital F minus
Sir.
F2 divided by total mass, and why not F1 minus F2 by total mass?
Both will be the same.
Sir,
Okay,
when the small block is at rest, a little, the force F1 is still acting, na? A lesser value of it, but it is acting to keep the small block at rest. So the reaction of it
F1
should.
is equal. If small m and capital M is at rest, small m and capital M is at rest, this force is equal to F1. F1 is equal to this. F1 is equal to F2. This is equal to this. F is equal to F1 is equal to F2. दिक्कत क्या है?
नहीं सर सब समझा.
So if A common is F1 minus F2 by total mass, or capital F minus
The
F2 by total.
common is capital F minus mu2 into small m plus capital Mg by small m plus capital M. This is the external force. This is the external force. Net external force divided by the total mass will be A common.
Okay, sir.
And if you want to calculate A for this frictional force minus this divided by M will be the same value. You can
Yes,
cross.
sir. I by mistake took for that also mass as M plus M.
Now, one more small thing is mu S and mu K. Have a look, how do we differentiate between the two? In the starting, did I draw this graph?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we told you there is a small kink, this will be mu S into N, this will be mu K into N. Did we say this?
Yes, sir.
Now, coefficient of static friction will be slightly greater than coefficient of kinetic friction, slightly greater in the second decimal place. For example, if I take mu S as 0.38, mu K will be 0.31. Mu S is 0.38, mu K will be 0.31. So to avoid controversy, they'll give you mu as 0.3. There's no problem at all. 90% of the problems will go with mu only. No mu S and mu K. But suppose if they give mu S and mu K. If they give mu S and mu K, have a look at this. This is small m, this is capital M. I am pulling this with a force of F. Lower surface is smooth. You remember the conditions, right? You will find out A common, F divided by small m plus capital M. The pseudo force of M into A common, if it is greater than the frictional force here, mu mg, small m will slide on capital M. If the pseudo force is lesser than this, then both will be moving together. You people remember this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
when I am
Yes, sir.
deciding if this will slide or not, I should decide using mu s. If mu s and mu k are given separately, mu s and mu k are given separately, then m into A common is greater than mu s into mg, coefficient of static friction. Because you should move the body from rest. You should move the body from rest. If this is greater than mu s mg, then small m slides on capital. But once small m slides, value of friction is mu k into mg. But a simple adjustment here. Deciding if the body slides or not will be done with mu s mg. If pseudo force is greater than the limiting value, among the limiting values, mu s into this value is mu s into mg. This value is mu k into mg. Which of them is greater among the two? Mu s into mg. If the pseudo force applied is greater than mu s into mg, small m will slide on capital M. But once you know that it is sliding, what mu will you take? Mu k. Once you know it is sliding, what mu will you take? You will take mu k into mg. To decide if it is sliding or not, please use mu s into n. Once it is sliding, please use mu k into n. आप मेरा language बड़ा ध्यान से सुनिए. Once it is sliding, you will take mu k into n. What if it is not sliding? Shall I take mu s into n?
No, sir.
What if it is not sliding? If m into A common is less than mu mg, small m doesn't slide on capital M. Then what will be the frictional force? Need not be mu s mg. It is equal to the external force applied. Frictional force will be equal to the external force applied, or frictional force will be equal to m into A common, because now m doesn't slide on capital M. Both are moving together with how much acceleration? Common acceleration. This will be m into A common. This for sure will be lesser than mu s into mg. because it's even lesser than mu k into mg. Small m is not sliding on capital M. Friction will be lesser than mu k into mg. By default, it will be lesser than mu s into mg. Say lesser than or equal to would be the right word. So to decide if it is sliding or not, this pseudo force should be greater than mu s into mg. Once you know it is sliding, don't tell me frictional force acting is mu s mg. It is mu k mg. If it is not sliding, don't tell me frictional force is mu s mg. It will be lesser than mu s mg, equal to m into a comma. Understand this carefully and write down. You have a doubt, I'll explain this again. Not an issue. First write down.
Sir, if small m is sliding, so the acceleration of small m is lesser than the acceleration of capital M.
If small m is sliding, small m will have a maximum acceleration called mu kg.
Okay.
Mu g. Capital M will have an acceleration of f minus mu k mg divided by capital M.
So in the second case, what is if m a common lesser than mu mg, so that mu stands for?
Second case, MA common is lesser than mu s mg. Anytime this comparison is done with mu s only. Verification of whether the small m slides or not is done with mu s mg. Once you are sure it's sliding, the friction will become mu k mg.
Sir,
Huh?
sir, in the second case, the body is not sliding. That's why you have taken mu s mg in the last step. F is equal to m into a common step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this guy is another nobleman. Yeah, clearly लिखा हुआ है. M doesn't slide on capital M. He'll switch on the mic and confirm if M doesn't slide on capital M. मैं क्या कोई gibberish लिखता हूँ यार मैं यहाँ लिखा हुआ है.
No, sir, I was.
Sir, I am confirming. I know you'll say I'm confirming. If this is doesn't or does.
No, not that. Sir, I was asking that.
जिस दिन live lecture शुरू हो जाएंगे ना, class में I'll make you stand upside down. Eagerly waiting for live lectures. इतना दूर बैठ के मजे मार रहे हो तुम. पूछने से I'm confirming बोलोगे. क्या confirm करोगे यार यहाँ?
अरे सर वो confirm नहीं कर रहा था.
हाँ मजाक कर रहे हो, किसको पता नहीं. यहाँ clearly लिखा हुआ है.
सर मैं पूछ रहा था कि इसलिए आपने mu s mg लिया है. मैं वो पूछ रहा था.
इसलिए mu s mg का क्या मतलब है यार? ये अभी मुझे कंफ्यूज कर रहा है. No, this is something that you people learned previously. If this pseudo force is greater than the limiting value of friction, small m will slide on capital M. If this pseudo force is lesser than the limiting value of friction, both will be moving together. But to decide if it is sliding or not, you will take mu s mg. If this is greater than mu s mg, small m slides on capital M. If this is lesser than mu s mg, small m doesn't slide on capital M. Both will be moving with the same acceleration of a comma, right? And this frictional force will be lesser than mu s mg because both are moving together. Friction will be lesser than mu s mg or equal to mu s mg, the maximum value. And once you know it's sliding, what will be the frictional value? It will be mu k into mg.
So will you be taking HCV doubts?
HCV doubts. You will receive the assignment sheet as soon as the class is over. Right? Solve the assignment sheet, that will be surplus for the topic wise test on next Sunday. Booklet discussion will continue for some time because there are a few things I have to deal with.
I will take an HCV doubt.
The units and dimensions would be done before the MT, right?
Units and diamond, the MT का date कब है?
7th and 8th November.
7th November.
7th and 8th November.
November. Remind me 1 or 2 lectures before the MT. Units and dimensions and errors and measurements फिर से clear कर दूँ. Right? 1 or 2 lectures before MT, I'll finish units and dimensions and errors and measurements. Errors and measurements already done for some people. It will become a revision.
तो फीस बुकलेट कहाँ तक करनी है?
अभी नहीं, मैं बताऊं. आज असाइनमेंट शीट मिलेगा आपको. 7, 29, 30, 8, 10, 14, 6, 28, 4, 18, 21, 18, 21, 16. ये खत्म कर ले पहले. Let's finish this. I'll come back to the remaining slot again. Section.
Sir, 9th also.
9. First, let's complete this. Okay, 9th is easy. हो जाएगा, 9th भी हो जाएगा. Okay. 7th. Listen. Body of mass 2 kg is lying on a rough inclined plane of inclination 30 degree. Find the magnitude of the force parallel to the incline needed to make the block move up the incline, down the incline. Repeat the problem of problem 6 if the push is applied horizontally and not parallel to the inclined plane.
Can you do third also?
7th one. Wait, let's complete this lot here. If this is the force, this is the force parallel to the ground. Now this will have this will be theta. So this will be f cos theta and this will be f sin theta. This will be n and this will be mg cos theta. This will be mg sin theta. Now this will be mu n. The frictional force mu n. Right? Find the magnitude of the force parallel to the incline needed. But I thought I dealt with this issue in this class here. F sin theta. This problem have we done in the class? Okay.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
This is f. This will have f sin theta and f cos theta. You are asking me what is the value of f for this to move up the inclined plane. बोल रहा है? Up the inclined plane. Mu is 0.
Yes, sir.
So here f cos theta plus mu n should be equal to mg sin theta. But n will be f sin theta plus mg cos theta. F sin theta plus mg cos theta. This will be when the body is sliding down. When the body is sliding down due to friction upwards. When the body is sliding up, remember, if you are applying a force here, this will be mg sin theta and this friction will be mu n. Now this will be f cos theta and this will be f sin theta. This will be the normal force. This will be mg cos theta. So this is f cos theta. F cos theta should be equal to mg sin theta plus mu n. N will be equal to f sin theta plus mg cos theta. F sin theta plus mg cos theta. Here the key catch is normal force is not mg cos theta. Normal force is f sin theta plus mg cos theta. हाँ बोलो.
Sir, in this question, minimum force is asked, right?
Find the magnitude of the force parallel to the inclined plane needed to make the block move up the inclined plane, down the inclined plane. When the block is moving down the inclined plane, friction will be upwards. When the block is moving up, it is moving. It should move. Move means minimum, maximum, nahi. Move means it's sliding. Friction will be taken as the maximum value.
Sir, in answers there is only one answer.
There are A and B bits, no yaar. Repeat part A of the problem. He asked you to repeat only part A of the problem. Part B he didn't do. Sixth bit mein there are A and B. So I did both. But in the seventh he is asking only part A. अब लोग क्वेश्चन नहीं देखते हो यार. Can I rub the board?
Please, third one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir?
Sir, this is related to the sixth question. So you please do the sixth question now.
यार ये तो मजाक बन गया यार. सेवेंथ किसका डाउट है? सेवेंथ किसका डाउट है?
So I had doubt in 6th and 7th both.
ये तो मजाक कर रहे हो
Sir.
आप लोग. And why we have done that clearly in the class?
No, so
As you pretty well know that.
sixth part, first part. I know, sir, but I was not able to get the answer. I tried again.
mg sin theta, for this to slide up the incline, this will be f, this will be mu n, this is n, this is mg cos theta. Now you are telling me you didn't get this. F is equal to mg sin theta plus mu mg cos theta. For it to slide down, when it is sliding down, this will be mg sin theta and this will be mu n. F plus mu mg cos theta will be equal to mg sin theta. This is the sixth question. When it is sliding down, friction is acting upwards. When it is sliding up, friction is acting downwards. And here is mg cos theta.
Sir, force should be acting down the inclined plane for the second part, right?
When the body is sliding down, friction will be acting downwards.
No, sir, friction, no, sir. The force applied by the person.
No issue. Calculate force, you will get negative. It is in the downward direction.
Acha, okay, sir. Okay.
Take either way. Oh, sixth already is there on the board. I didn't see that. My bad. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Now, difference between sixth and seventh is in the seventh, force is not applied this way, force is applied this way. Now, it will have a horizontal and vertical component. So, vertical component will come in the value of normal force. That is the difference in sixth and seventh. Seventh, did you people understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in seventh, I went out, sir.
Bolo.
Sir, why didn't the block was going up the incline? So why didn't we take it as f cos theta plus mu n minus mg sin theta is ma like that?
Did he say it is accelerating?
No, you told it's going up the
Just
equation.
moving. So if you have a force, this will be F cos theta, this will be F sin theta, plus mg
Cos
cos
theta.
theta. This will be the normal. This will be mg sin.
Sin theta. Yes,
Now
sir,
it
that's
is
it.
moving up, friction will be mu n this way. So it is just moving up, F cos theta will be equal to sum of these.
Oh, acha, okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you.
8. In a children's park on inclined plane is constructed with an angle of 45 degrees in the middle part. In the middle part, it's 45 degrees. Find the acceleration of the boy sliding on it. If the coefficient of friction between the cloth of the boy and the inclined plane is 0.6. What is the mass of the boy given?
Sir, it is not required.
Not given.
Okay, G is given as 10. So this will be G sin theta. This
Not
will
given.
be mu G cos theta. Okay, acceleration पूछा है. Find the acceleration of a boy sliding on it with the coefficient of friction G sin 45 minus mu is given as 0.6 into G cos 45. Whose doubt is 8 here? I don't understand the doubt in it.
Sir, I got confused with the diagram.
बाकी simplification करो.
Yes, sir.
9. Body starts slipping down an incline and moves half meter in half second. How long will it take to move the next half meter? Half meter in half second. Down an incline. Half meter S is equal to half A T square. Same acceleration. S dash is equal to half A 2T whole square. Next कितना second पूछ रहा है? How long will it take to move the next half meter? 2T. Right? S naught will be S dash minus S.
Sir, in this problem, we don't have to consider the friction part, right? It is already covered in the data given, right?
Ninth one, there is nothing at this. It's a constant acceleration. But
Okay,
he
sir.
asked for time, not the distance. He asked for time, not
Yes.
the distance. So substitute those two here and find out the time. Next half a meter. This is given as half. This is given as 1 meter. So difference will be half. So half A to T whole square minus half A T square is half a meter.
Sir, in first equation, T should be half, right? Then how are we finding T?
To eliminate A also, right?
Moves half a meter in half a second. T is half a second. Put T equal to half a second, you will get A. And how long will it take to move the next half a meter? Listen, put T equal to half a second, you will get A. Substitute A. Next half a meter, put right, take it as. Now make the correction here. Half A T naught square minus half A T square is half a meter. T is half. Find out. You know A from here. Find out A from here and substitute here. You'll get T naught. This has got nothing to do with Newton's laws. Kinematics that S is equal to half A T square. Put T equal to half a second, you will get A. That A you substitute here, you will get T naught. This has got nothing to do with Newton's laws. HCV is playing a practical joke with you people. Angle between the resultant contact force and the normal force exerted by a body on the other is called angle of friction. Right? Show that if lambda is the angle of friction and mu the coefficient of static friction, quite obviously no here. 10th we already did this. This is the normal force, this is the frictional force, this is the contact force. This is lambda. Tan lambda is equal to friction by normal force. If the body is sliding, if body is sliding, frictional force will be mu n. So tan of lambda is equal to mu. But if it is not sliding, frictional force is less than not sliding, frictional force is less than mu n. Frictional force is less than mu n. Tan lambda is less than mu. Frictional force is less than mu n. Tan lambda is less than mu.
So you will take objective doubts next class or later?
Probably next class I'll finish it off. Can I rub the board?
So can you do the 11th question?
Can I rub the board? पूछा है यार मैंने.
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
या ना जवाब दो.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the second case, tan alpha was greater or lesser than mu?
What do you think? Tan lambda is friction divided by normal force. If friction is less than mu n, tan lambda will be lesser than or greater than?
Sir,
Huh.
sir, I have small doubt in the fifth one.
I'll solve only these first.
Okay, sir.
4. A block slides down an inclined surface of inclination 30 degree with a horizontal. A block slides down an inclined surface of starting from rest it covers 8 meters in the first 2 seconds. Find the coefficient of kinetic friction between the two. Here listen. Starting from rest it covers 8 meters in the first 2 seconds. 8 meters is half a 2 whole square. So A is equal to 8 into 2 divided by 4. This is 4 meter per second square. This is g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. Theta is given, find mu. Friction coefficient between the road and the tire of a vehicle is 4/3. Mu is 4/3. Find the maximum incline the road can have so that once hard brakes are applied and the wheel starts skidding, vehicle going down at a speed of 36 kilometers per hour is stopped within 5 meters. Vehicle is going down from here with 10 meters per second. 36 into 5/18 is 10 meters per second. This should come to rest after traveling 5 meters. Mu कितना दिया हुआ है? Mu is given as 4/3.
4/3.
Written that. So now here it should come to rest. That means V square is equal to U square minus 2AS. 0 is equal to 10 square minus 2 into 5 meters. Deceleration will be 10 square by 10. This is 10, which will be equal to G sin theta minus mu G cos theta. Rather this plus and minus, because mu G cos theta is greater than G sin theta. It is decelerating, right? Mu G cos theta is greater than G sin theta. This will be mu mg cos theta. This will be mg sin theta. This is greater than this. So mu G cos theta minus G sin theta is 10. You gave me the value of mu. You are asking me to find theta. Should not be a problem, right?
So how to find theta? The answer is 16 degree.
Put sin theta as root over of 1 minus cos square theta. It's a quadratic equation. Take it to the left and square it up.
How do you find 16 degrees?
Using a calculator or trigonometric tables.
So, what about the braking force the car applies? That would be considered as an internal force.
What?
Sir, it is the question is saying that the car applies hard brakes. So, the braking
So the
force of the car
tires
would.
start skidding. Skidding is when friction completely will act mu n. When the tire stops rotating, it starts skidding. When it is skidding, the frictional force is mu n.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
No. 16th May, he says, car is going at a speed of 21.6 kilometers per hour when it encounters a 12.8 meters long slope, 30 degree mu is given. Show that no matter how hard the brakes apply, the car will reach the bottom with a speed greater than. Hey, listen, this is the car. What is the speed of the car here? 21.6 kilometers per hour. Convert it into meters per second. Right? As far as the car is concerned, it will have mg sin theta and friction is mu n. This is n and this will be mg cos theta. This is theta. Now he says no matter mu is given, no matter how hard the driver applies brakes, car will reach the bottom with a speed of, that means technically he gave you a hint that mg sin theta is greater than mu n. Acceleration will be mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta divided by m. Remove this n. Right? What is the length of this? 12.8 meters. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. S is 12.8 meters. This is 21.6. Convert into meters per second.
6 meters per second.
6 square. This is this value. Theta is given, mu is given. Find out A. Calculate V, you will be getting 36 kilometers per hour.
Yes, sir.
But sir, we need greater than 36, right?
Yeah, no matter the maximum deceleration you applied, you are getting 36. So your velocity will be greater than or equal to 36.
Okay.
The maximum deceleration you applied is mu n. So your velocity will be greater than or equal to 36 there. 21st, somebody asked, whose doubt is 21st? Please switch on the mic. 21st, जिसका doubt है, please switch on the mic.
I have a doubt.
Did you attend all the lectures of friction?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I got the answer, but in the
One
final.
second. Did I discuss 21st in the class?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, sir.
No, sir. Only the 27th and 31st question you have done from CBT.
21st is an important one. I need to explain. Have a look. I generally cover that in the class. This is T, this is normal force, this is mg. Right? The plank is being pulled with this, reaction of the normal force is this. This is capital Mg, this is mu and naught. And naught is the normal force because of this surface. and this will be capital M. N naught is n plus capital M. Mu n plus capital M. Mu n is n plus t is equal to small n. Observe the 21st carefully. It's a very old JEE question and it's important. I have changed the symbols capital M and small m. My mistake. This is capital M. This is small m. This is small m. So n will be, this will be small m. N plus small mg is n naught. And mu n naught is the friction here. So n will be how much? N is equal to mg minus tension. Do not take n as capital Mg. Do not take n as capital Mg. There is tension as well on the rope. So the man is not moving vertically. Means all forces on him in the upward direction equal to forces in downward direction. So n plus t will be equal to capital Mg. So n is capital Mg. Capital Mg minus t plus small m. Capital Mg minus t plus small mg. Capital Mg minus t plus small mg.
So why minus t also? Yes, sir. Why? Achha.
This plus this will be equal to capital Mg. The man is not
Yes.
going. So n is capital Mg minus t.
Okay. Yes.
Plus small
Understood.
mg will be this. Tension should be equal to, for this not to move, mu into capital Mg minus t plus small mg. This will be the value of tension. Tension is the force which the man is applying on the rope. Tension is the force which the man is applying on the rope. This is an important problem and an old JEE question. Generally, I cover in the class and I must have forgotten in your batch.
So, sir, this is the minimum force, no, with which he has to pull.
This is the only force. He pulls with a greater force, this will move. He pulls
Sir,
with a lesser
maximum
force,
force
the
is asked.
system will not move.
Maximum force is asked.
This is the maximum force. He pulls with a greater force, this will move. He pulls with a lesser force, system will not move.
Sir, can you tell me what was wrong in my this when I did? I'll tell you what I did, sir. I did that maximum force is when tension is equal to friction. So I took the force he applied is equal to mu m big M plus small m into G.
You took tension equal to what?
Tension is equal to friction.
That's what we also have taken.
Yes, sir. So I got the answer mu capital
Friction
M
कितना लिया आपने? Friction कितना लिया?
mu m plus mg.
Mu n plus small mg?
No. Mu capital M plus small mg.
That's
सर उसने
all.
टेंशन नहीं लिया
Means you have taken normal force is equal to capital Mg. You should take tension. वही तो बोल रहा हूँ.
Okay, sir.
The forces on this man in the upward direction will be equal to forces in downward direction. That is the mistake which you people will commit. Hence, the problem is important. Can I rub the board?
Sir, the answer is not given in terms of T.
अरे भाई साहब ये T को यहाँ लाना है यार.
अच्छा, okay, sorry sir.
Yes, sir. We get the answer.
एक स्टेप मैंने छोड़ दिया तो T plus mu T is mu small m plus capital M into G. T is equal to mu 1 plus mu. Happy? Eighteenth question is an important one. I'll explain how to do. Please listen. You will resolve it. Take M1 and M2 this way. This is theta, right? the normal force due to this will be N in this direction and N in this direction. That means you are assuming both of them are in contact. This will be N1, this will be N cos theta. This will be N2, this will be N2G cos theta. This will be mu2 N2. This will be mu1 N1. Right? On this the friction will be mu1 N1. On this the friction will be mu2 M2. That means you are assuming that both the blocks are sliding. That means you are assuming that both the blocks are sliding. Agreed? Now that too they are in contact. Your assumption is they are in contact. How will you write the dynamic equation for M1? M1G sine theta plus N minus mu1 N1 is M1 into A. For this, M2G sine theta minus N. M2G sine theta minus N minus mu2. N2 is M2G cos mu2 M2G cos theta. Why did you put M2G sin theta minus N minus mu2 N2 is equal to M2 into A? Is equal to M2 into A. Right? M2G sin theta minus N minus mu2 M2G cos theta is equal to M2 into A. Here N1 will be equal to M1G cos theta. N2 will be equal to M2G cos theta. Right? N1 will be equal to M1G cos theta. N2 will be equal to M2G cos theta. From these two equations, there are two variables, N and A. Find out N. If it turns out to be negative, implies the two bodies have lost contact. If it turns out to be positive, what you are doing is right. Just find out A, your problem is done. But if N turns out to be negative, that means the two bodies lost contact. When they lost contact, they are no more moving with uniform. They are not moving together. So your free body diagram will change. So when two bodies are separately sliding down, uska acceleration is never an issue for you. So first to solve this problem this way, find out N. If N is positive, the two bodies are in contact. Find out A, that's the answer. If N turns out to be negative, that means the two bodies are not in contact with each other.
Sir, so their accelerations would be different, right?
Naturally, their accelerations will be different. Remove this N and write the equation for M1 separately and M2 separately.
Sir, if N is positive, then we will treat that whole thing as one system and do like we did in previous sums.
We will not, because here friction is different, here friction is different.
Oh, okay, sir.
So M1 ka equation, if N is positive, you will change nothing in this. Find A, that's your answer.
Sir,
N is positive after solving, change nothing in the system. Find A, that's your answer.
Acha, okay, sir.
If N is negative, then alone you will take the acceleration of M1 and M2 separate.
Sir, if N is negative, मतलब starting से contact में नहीं है.
How different is that for you? At what instant they got separated? थोड़ी पूछेंगे आपको.
ठीक है sir.
Right, both have different accelerations.
So if there is normal force, then they have to move together, right? They can't.
They are moving together. So then find out A, your problem is solved.
Can you do this by calculating the acceleration of both blocks separately without without assuming normal force? And then if acceleration of M1 is less than M2, then there will have to be normal force, and then you do it.
You are doing the reverse of this problem.
Yes.
I would prefer this.
Okay, sir.
Can I have the board?
Yes, sir.
The normal force, 19th May, he just want the normal force between the two masses. Light rod, this is theta. M1 and M2 are connected. They're slipping down a rough incline of inclination theta. This is M1, this is M2. Same equations here. Here mu is the same. So on this, your free body diagram will be M1g sine theta plus normal force. Frictional force will be mu n1. On this, normal force will be like this. This will be M2g sine theta. So M2g sine theta minus normal force minus mu n2 will be equal to mass into acceleration. M1g sine theta plus normal force minus mu1 n1 will be m1 into acceleration. Both will have the same acceleration. M1g sine theta plus n minus mu n1 is m1 into a. M2g sine theta, M2g sine theta minus n minus mu n2 is equal to m2 into a. n1 is equal to m1g cos theta, n2 is equal to m2g cos theta.
Sir, sir, instead of taking normal force, can we consider the tension of the rod and write the equation mg sin theta
Rod
minus t?
string nahi hai. It is not a string. It's a rod. So take normal force.
Okay, sir.
But this string you take tension. Rod
That's
will string will pull.
Oh, okay.
Sir, even I did the same thing what right now Vedant told, and I got it to be 0, which is the answer of normal force. So is this by chance or what?
You called
Yes, sir,
it by a
because
different name. That's it. You
Huh,
called it by a different name.
so we can since the rod is massless, we can consider it as a string also, right?
Name. I again repeat. String will be pulling. Rod will
Yes,
push.
sir. Okay, okay.
Sir, here also we will have to check for n. If it is negative, then and
No,
positive.
that is
like
fixed. The two bodies cannot leave contact with them. It is
Okay,
fixed.
अच्छा. Okay, sir.
So the normal force is equal because it is connected, otherwise it wouldn't have been, right?
No, they should be equal either way because reaction of this normal force on this, reaction of this normal force on this, both will be equal because the rod is light. If a rod is light, just as pulley is light, tension on the upper direction is equal to the tension on the lower direction. Similarly,
Okay,
the
sir.
two normal forces must be equal because the rod is light. 28th problem. Whose doubt is it?
Sir, done in class.
अरे बोलने तो दो ना
Done
यार.
in class.
28 किसका डाउट है? I believe some students have few more doubts in the booklet, in the book HCV, including 29 and 30. I take them in the next class, right? Along with objective 1 and objective 2, right? Somebody is typing 11, 13, 15, 12. I will take them along with 29 and 30 and objective 1 and 2 in the next class. You will receive the assignment sheet today. Please do solve the assignment sheet that I will discuss in that next class. So next week, much of that will be discussion of the assignment and HCV so that you can take the test on friction.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See you people in the next class. I will tell you when you are supposed to solve. First solve
Thank
the
you, sir.
assignment you're getting.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.